Hey, my name is Steven, and I'm starting my video for my third year in review, which is wild because that means that I have 3 years of college completed, as well as 3 years in UHP, and that's crazy to me. But I just wanted to start talking about my third year of college. A lot happened since my last year in review. So last summer I was in classes as a chemical engineer with a minor in French, and now I'm about to go on a study abroad as a French and chemistry major. So I've switched majors, and I'm about to fly to France in like just a few days. So we're just kind of in two different places right now, which is awesome. But so something obviously major that happened this year was I switched majors. That happened at the end of last summer. That happened with a lot of guidance and trust in the Lord and in my own goals for the future, I guess. It was kind of terrifying switching majors because I spent like almost 2.5 years as a chemical engineer and had gone through 3 co-ops, and actually was on co-op again in this past fall. So with that, there was a lot of trust and waiting and growth just in my own self and character, because I was confused on if this was the right choice or not, and I was confused on why isn't this happening faster, and why do I need to wait until spring semester to switch majors. That was just a lot of confusion, but it happened, and I began coursework this past spring semester in those majors, and it's been really cool. Well, something that I've learned in that is that it's not switching to the College of Arts and Science doesn't mean that your school is just going to get easier, which I think that every engineer just thinks that they have the hardest major of all time. And it was still hard. I'm still in college. I was still in like 19 credit hours as a college student, still a young life leader. So just as much time committed to other things besides coursework. And it was still hard. I just transitioned from studying a lot to having a lot of material that I needed to read and complete. So it was a different kind of difficulty, but it was still hard. It was funny because I was in a lot of classes with just underclassmen, so freshmen and sophomores that were in the similar courses that I was taking, which was kind of hilarious because I'm like, yeah, I'm behind a little bit now after switching majors, and I'm going to be in school for a bit, but that's okay. It was just kind of a transitional process for me, but I'm really excited. Something that led toward, though, is my next honors experience, which I'm starting really soon. By the time you probably watch this video, I'll probably be in France. I will have flown out on Tuesday, June 7th, and that's crazy. Tuesday, June 6th is when I fly, sorry. And I'm going to study for 5 weeks in Lyon, France. I'll be taking 2 classes, which are a French course and chemical engineering. Hilarious because I just switched out of that. But also it's chemical engineering like / analytical chemistry lab course. And so that's fun because every time people ask me now, what's your major? Like just adults, whenever they ask and I respond with chemistry and French, they're always like, great, what are you doing? And I found a way to combine them, which is crazy. So there's this place, Lyon has a big Polytechnic Institute, which has 4 like scientific colleges under it. and that school has an international summer school every summer in which they invite international students to come and study STEM fields from their university all summer, as well as take French courses. And so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to learn and be really dependent on my French language skills while living in France for 5 weeks, and also taking coursework that goes toward both of my majors. So I got approved credit for both of those classes, which is really insane. I'm really excited about it. But this is also an honors experience. So the way I'm making it that is, as I said, it's an international summer school. So there's going to be students from several different countries. It's confirmed for sure, at least Americans and Canadians and Mexicans, and I think probably some Germans that are going to be there. And so I want to create kind of a Humans of New York style article that I run, and I'm going to publish when I get back to the US, where I interview students that are my age doing the same program, but aren't French. And so I want to ask them about what they're learning about living in France for those 5 weeks, and what their home life was like in their home country, and how it's different from what we will have been experiencing in France. I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to learn about their goals and what they value, and how they are developing themselves as global citizens by being in France at the same time as I am. So I think that's going to be a really cool thing. So I'm going to take photographs there too, and kind of make this book that's a combination of my Humans of Lyon book, which is funny because none of them are actually going to be from Lyon. We just will be living there. I think that's hilarious. But also it's going to incorporate just lots of photography that I'm going to take all over the city as I explore, and maybe on our little field trips we're going to Switzerland for a trip, which will be really fun too. I'm really excited about it. So I think something else that's kind of fun, if we're thinking about the full year, I think kind of a theme of this whole year for me has been like global citizenship. Something else that happened that I get like emotional about sometimes. I went to Haiti with Young Life during my spring break this year, and it was insane and beautiful. We worked on a Young Life camp there, so it was a community service project, and also just supported and hung out with the Young Life staff in Haiti. But we really went to work on their camp property and just get some building done. We were working on their land and building new dormitories for their camp, and just cleaning up, painting the buildings, moving rocks from one pile to a different pile so that it could go into the foundation of a new building. Really fun stuff, but also met and had my heart broken for a lot of kids there. My friend Vincent, who I miss a lot as a 10-year-old boy, who was just the best. And so that trip affected me a lot. And something that the staff talked about when we were there was that if you're affected by this, if that's something that like is on your mind and on your heart, then you gotta do something about it, which is kind of like what Honors talks about, is that like you gotta think about what you're seeing, think about what you're experiencing, and why it matters. And something that is fun that came from that is I started sponsoring through Compassion International, a kid from Haiti. So that's a program that you pay, I think it's like $38 a month, and all of that goes to providing food and schooling and just lifelong supplies and like opportunities for kids all around the globe. But I chose a kid from Haiti, and I sponsor him now, and I'm really excited to write him letters and meet him and be a part of his life for the rest of his life. So that's something that like I was able to take from that experience and move forward with it, and I'm really excited about that too, and that's a new thing that's happening. But if we're looking toward the next year, if I want to give myself any advice, I think it would be to continue to trust the Lord, because I think that was something else that was the theme of this past year, and I need to continue, is I think that I often have a big fear of not having control of things that I'm doing in my life, like switching majors, which is funny because I did that, but in that I was like, actually have no idea what my career is going to look like. I actually have no idea what I'm going to do with this French degree, but like I'm going to trust you, Lord, through that. And it's cool because he's provided opportunities like speaking French in Haiti, because a lot of the staff know French and a lot of people in Haiti know French because Creole's derived from French, and I was able to use that, as well as this new experience that I'm about to begin in the next week or so. It's really exciting that he's provided things like that. But I think that another thing that's a goal for this next year is to keep up academically. I'm beginning, in addition to schoolwork and Young Life Leading, I'm beginning to do research through the university. It's going to be green chemistry research, which I think is really worthwhile, and something that I think is really important because green chemistry is basically environmentally friendly chemistry. We're trying to reduce waste that we use at all, and the process that I'm going to be working on through UC is trying to make it so that there's almost no solvent waste at all in processes, which is insane and really, really cool. And I think that's really worthwhile. Just looking toward a global future, changing the way that we do chemistry is radical and awesome. But that was something that I didn't anticipate to happen either, and that the Lord provided. So I think that that's something that is really important, is that I continue to trust Him and just talk to Him about that. I think it's important that I continue to look at what I've done and what I'm going to do and reflect on it and ask why it's important and do things like I did with my experience in Haiti, and continue to just see what's been affecting my heart, and to move forward and do something different, like just the experience of sponsoring a kid, and now I'm just really excited about that. So pretty soon I'm gonna be on a plane on my way to France, and that's crazy, and I'm gonna keep you guys updated with how that goes. But I'm really excited to have just another year of living in a Young Life house and growing a lot in that, in another year of studying chemistry and French, and being another year closer to graduating, which is crazy, and having another year with research in green chemistry, and just learning how to continue to be a global citizen. I'll be learning a lot about that as I live in Europe for the next 5 weeks. So thanks for watching this, and I think it's just insane that I'm going into my 4th year of college. Some of my housemates are graduating in like 7 months in December. What is it? Yeah, 6 months, something like that. 7 months. That's insane. I'm not ready for that. I'm glad that I'm going to be in school for like at least 5 years. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. I don't know how to end videos well. Thanks for watching. And thanks UHB for all that you've been doing for me and helping me get to France. I'll see you next year for the 4th year in review. Bye, you guys.